Welcome to your December bonus messages. Hi, everybody. I'm Devon Dewar. We're going to be going through all 12 signs. And as always, I encourage you to listen to all 12 signs because you have all 12 signs in your birth chart. So grab that journal and make sure you are writing down anything that resonates with you in any of the 12 signs. And as always, I will be doing bonus messages at the end to give you actions to take. Now, these messages are meant to update the overall December energy I posted a couple weeks ago. So definitely check that out as well if you missed it. And last week I did a video on actions to take before the end of the year. We are moving from a 9-year as a collective in 2025 into a 1 year. So it is a fresh start in 2026. Not only that, we have these major transits happening with Saturn moving back into Aries, Neptune moving into Aries, Uranus back into Gemini. So many fresh starts happening next year. So you want to be ready. You want to get started. So check out those actions to take before the end of the year and go ahead and mark your calendars for a special free event I have coming up on December 30th. It will be at 11 a.m. Central, but it will be available for replay because I know many of you tune in from around the world and can't make it at that time. So if you can't be there live, no worries at all. I will be linking that below as soon as I have the landing page, but it's a totally free event that's going to talk about the things that are in your highest interest to do and know once we move into this 1 year. So it's going to be a really fun event. I'll announce it more formally later. But for those of you who love to join me live, it will be a Zoom call where you get to join in that way and totally free. We'll be talking about it more as we keep going with these videos. Another quick, really exciting announcement is on Tuesday, December 16th, Chris Reck from Minnow Pontero will be back on my channel. We're going to be talking about the energy of 2026. He and I have individually done our own 2026 energy overview. And so we thought it would be really fun to come together and compare notes and do another all signs reading. So I hope you'll join us next week as well. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel below so you will be notified when we have that video uploaded. And I'm so excited. It's always so much fun to do these collabs with him and see how it resonates and, compare notes because this is going to be a big year. So I thought it'd be good to do these bonus messages for December to just kind of update everything. At the time I'm recording this video, we just went through a Saturn and Mars square. It was very intense, a lot of emotions overflowing, accidents, things going on around. So if you late December 8th, early December 9th, we're seeing a lot of kind of chaotic energy around you. It wasn't just you. It was the energy going on, as they like to say in astrology and many other philosophies, as above, so below. And that's what we were seeing right here below us. Now, also earlier this morning, before I hit record on this video, we had Neptune go direct, and that should feel a little bit like a breath of fresh air to have Neptune moving forward again for its final pass through Pisces until it moves into Aries for quite a while in 2026. So it is a good thing to note if you are watching this video on the day I post it, December 10th, or anytime after. Have you felt a difference than you've been feeling since whenever it went retrograde, which off the top of my head, I want to say was sometime in the summer. I do know that we also had Saturn direct too, so you may be feeling that as well. But if you're interested in my online community that's linked below, Coffee with Devon, you can get 60 days for free. And I went into all the astrology for December. I do that every month. And then I also do bonus readings. I have a series called Angel Bumps. Anytime I get a bump from the angels, a tap on the shoulder, I'll do impromptu messages for the Coffee with Devon community. You can get it 60 days for free, and you can check out my part 2 and part 3 of my numerology workshop series where you can see your personal year, your soul number, your karmic number, your destiny number. It's really, really fun stuff. I've got worksheets and handouts in there. And then it's a great way to surround yourself with people like you who love to tune in with their spiritual team, their angels, their passed away loved ones, their higher self. So check all that out if you want to as well. I have that link below. Like I said, it's 60 days for free, no strings attached, and you can take part in those free, workshops I have in there to learn your personal numerology right now so you can see how it affects you going into 2026, which it's really fascinating to compare. I am always in a 6 year when we move into a 9-year collective. collectively. So there's an interesting theme of things that happen in my personal life versus the collective. And you can find that out as well, as long as you calculate the numbers correctly and you go learn the theme. So I hope you'll check that out below. Join me there. Last Friday, I did an Angel Bumps impromptu reading for the community about your past lives. So you might want to check that out as well. It's really interesting information for all 12 signs about what they need to know about a past life to help them with the current energy. So check that out as well. And we're going to jump into Aries first here. But as always, I do like to do bonus messages at the end to kind of apply it all. And like I said, anything that resonates, even if you don't feel like you have a sun, moon, or rising in that energy, or you don't have a planet there could be something else aspecting that house in your birth chart. So definitely pay attention to anything that grabs your attention. All right, so let's jump into these bonus messages for all of you here. I'm going to switch to the overhead camera so you can see these cards, and I'm going to go ahead and also light my candle. I usually do that ahead of time, but it's been kind of a interesting morning getting started here. I normally do these live at 11 a.m. Central, but my schedule has been changing so much lately that I've been having to pre-record and upload as soon as I get a chance. Even last week, I did it on a Monday instead of a Wednesday. So I do appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and like and share this video so that you'll be notified when I post more. And let's get started with the Aries. All right, Aries, what do we have for your bonus messages or wherever you have Aries in your chart? The first thing I see coming up on here is the Six of Air card. Now, this is a breath of fresh air right here. Things are looking up, the end of a difficult situation, taking a trip. I have definitely seen a lot of Aries have to deal with that kind of situation. We are getting there. Hang in there, Aries. Your next card is the Queen of Wands. Of course, we're going to pull this all together, but isn't that a beautiful card? That line up there, that fiery energy, which trines your energy, Aries. So that's really, really positive coming in for the bonus messages. And then you have this travel card, journey, path, and location. All right. Well, first of all, like I said, Aries, I know that you've had to deal with a lot of challenges in 2025. You've dealt with betrayal. You've dealt with hurt feelings. You've dealt with people not showing up when they were meant to show up. But you are getting to the end of this challenging situation. And I do hope that you're going to start to really feel it now, even though we won't have Saturn and Neptune moving into your sign until next year. Things are beginning to move forward, and I do think you're going to start to see that you are moving on to calmer shores here. Now, with this Queen of Wands card here, it's that reminder that it's still up to you to wave that magic wand. You do have to go for what you want. You do have to have your eyes on the prize and keep going. But remember that message we got for you for most of 2025. You're meant to do it with people who are on your team. You're not meant to do it all alone. It doesn't mean you have to necessarily wait on everybody, but maybe delegating, maybe having an understanding of who in your sphere supports your efforts and supports your goals. Those are going to be the people you want to surround yourself with, people who are supporting your dreams and they're not trying to hold you back. Now, with this travel card here, journey, path, and location, some of you may be traveling between now and the end of the year, but also just remember this is a journey you are on, that you are headed towards these goals, and the true success will not come overnight. It's the success that will last will take some time. So just remember you're on a journey. And I know sometimes it's hard to enjoy the journey because you want to get there. You want to get the results. I'm one of those people where I will get there-itis as soon as we get on the plane or in the car. I'm like, I'm so excited to go. I just want to get there. But it is about understanding and improving the process on the journey. So one of the big things that I'm seeing here is that if you will see it as small successes along the way to this path, then when you get started in 2026 with the new fiery energy that's coming in for you, you will already have some structure in place to help you with a little roadside stops, so to speak, because you are going to be asked to really watch your health and watch your energy, not in a negative way, in a way like protect it. Make your health your priority. That way, when there are opportunities to really advance, you're full of energy, you're ready to go. And if there are times where things slow down and they kind of come to a pause, like we'll often see during a Mercury retrograde or things like that, you can say, oh, well, now this is a time for me to spend a little more time resting, a little more time taking care of my needs, nurturing those around me. So the main message to add to your bonus, these are your bonus messages to add to your December messages and actions to take, is to remember that you are moving to a time where things will be calmer. So you will have the time to prioritize your health, prioritize your goals, and just view it as a journey. You're not trying to get there overnight. You're trying to enjoy the ride, so to speak. And let me tell you, I completely understand. I can hear some of you Aries out there going, no, I want to get there now. Let's do it now. I don't want to wait on everybody to show up for me. But remember, if you do that, if you delegate, if you surround yourself with people who support you, that does protect your energy. So those times when you're really needed to charge ahead, you're ready to go. So I'm excited to see what you guys do between now and the end of the month. Definitely leave a comment below. I read every single one. I love to hear what you're up to. Are you traveling? And what big goals are you setting for 2026 and beyond? All right, Taurus, let's see what you have for your bonus messages. Your first card here is the Three of Water. It says a celebration. Oh, I like that. Wedding, graduation, announcement, the need to have more fun. All right, well, we're just coming out of this watery energy here. We're still in it, but Neptune and Saturn have made their motion direct. So we're going to start to feel ourselves coming to the surface. Your next card is the Nine of Swords. So this is bringing a lot of clarity to me for you, Tauruses, around the things that you're needing to get out of your life for good in 2025, so you can finally have some of that similar energy that Aries does of moving on to calmer shores. And we're going to pull this all together after we see your dream card here, which is your High Council. Of course it is. Evolution, information, and potential. If you missed my ancestors video that I did in October, it's linked below. I have a free spread to teach you how to help you connect to your ancestors. I heard ancestor when I pulled this card for you. So if you have been wondering about connecting with your ancestors or working on some ancestral healing, this information is for you. But let's pull all of this together. So Taurus says, with this Three of Water card here, I do feel like you've been having to move through a lot of emotions. You've been having to purge things from your past. It's like, when are we done with purging from the past, right? I feel like a lot of you have had to deal with things that have come up that have caused maybe you to catch a cold or just get run out of energy, because it's really stemming from some emotional place that's still needing purging. Maybe you've even seen it with people around you where you've had to be the rock for others around you. And after you've helped them get back on their feet, then you're drained and you're tired. And so what this card is really saying is, please prioritize your needs between now and the end of the month. Add these to your actions to take, add these to the December overall messages, but focus on having fun. And one of the things that I've switched to go into this 1 year in 2026 is I am going to go back to using an old tagline I had when I first started this business in 2017, where I said, pursue joy daily. And this is a focus all of us as a collective are being asked to do, is to find ways to have joy every single day, whether it's doing a puzzle, playing with your favorite animal, watching something funny on TV, getting outside and doing something just for fun. This is the joy we need to pursue daily moving into this 1 year, because we want to set that tone. So Tauruses, right now, I'm going to ask you, what are you doing for fun today, right now at the time you're hearing these videos, these messages? Because this Nine of Swords card here, and in case you missed it, Chris Reck from Minnow Pond Tarot is going to be back on my channel next week. So excited. I love the way he talks about Nine of Swords being that thing that's annoying, but not so annoying that you do something about it. And so there's something that's bothering you. It's poking at you. It's annoying, but you've got thick skin, Taurus. You guys are strong. You can endure. You can deal with somebody poking you quite a while before you get mad. But they're saying, this card is saying, don't wait till you get mad. Go ahead and handle that thing that's annoying you now. Now, this could be regarding to health. Maybe you've been putting off dealing with some kind of health issue because it's just not bad enough. This could be having to do with a relationship or a colleague or something on your calendar that you're like, I've got to go deal with this. I've got to go fix that thing in my house, whatever that is, but I don't want to do it. Well, you can go ahead and take action on this now. You're going to feel so much better about getting rid of that annoyance as we move into the new year. Now, if one of the reasons you haven't been taking care of that thing that's bothering you, and I always say, think of those 3 areas of your life: health and fitness, career and finance. If you're retired, that would be your legacy or your next phase. And then your relationships, not just love, parent, child, colleague, boss, friend. If you haven't done anything about it, like it's annoying, but you haven't done anything, it's because you don't know what to do. This is where your higher self comes in. This is where you connect with your high counsel. You ask. And I don't say this enough. I feel like I don't say this enough, but please remember to write your requests down. Every single day, you can write the date and you can say to your spiritual team, whoever you normally connect with, whether it's your angels or your higher self, what do I need to know right now? But you can also ask specifically for help with things. Please send me loud and clear signs on how I handle this issue. Now, I'm going to wager to say that Tauruses, for most of you, you know what this annoying thing is. It's just not bad enough for you to deal with yet, but this is your message. This is your guidance. This is your bonus message. You do have time between now and the end of the month to go ahead and start handling this issue. And if you don't know how, where do you go? You go higher. You ask your spiritual team for help with that. In fact, you may even find the solution by getting out and having more fun, doing something you wouldn't normally do, right? A lot of us tend to do a lot of things around the holidays we wouldn't normally do. Well, why can't we make that more of a regular routine? Why do we only wait for certain times of the year to have fun getting out and doing new things? So that's one of the things that is really coming through for me, Taurus, is anything that's just kind of bugging you, but it hasn't been bothering you enough to do something about it. Here's your sign to go ahead and at least get some information on how you can handle that. All right. I love that, Tauruses. Let me know in the comments what you're going to be doing, how that resonates and where that resonates for you. I love reading your comments. I read every single one. And as always, thank you for liking and sharing this video. It really helps me out, and subscribing to the channel, of course, if you haven't already. All right, Geminis, what do we have for you guys for your bonus messages? First, we have this 5 of Fire card here: competing goals, bothersome details, conflict with others. Yeah, you've had to deal with a lot of ups and downs in 2025, especially with Uranus temporarily moving into your sign and then moving back out again. So that's okay. They're just acknowledging, look, you may just need to really, really focus your energy on one thing. Your next card here is the 2 of Swords. Yep, this is again needing to make a decision. Remember, I said focusing on one thing. We're going to pull this all together because your dream card is the Angels card. Love it. Support and guidance. Just like we were talking about with the Tauruses, your neighbor sign, it is important to make sure you're going higher with your thoughts and your requests. So getting started here, Geminis, this 5 of Fire, choose your battles wisely. You've got a lot on your plate, a lot you're wanting to do between now and the end of the year. It's better to just pick one thing and really get clear on where you want to put your energy than to try to get it all done. What are the things that can wait till 2026, or what are the things you can outsource or get support on? I definitely feel like with this 2 of Swords card here, too, it's needing to make a decision about something. And you know what? I don't know that you've even considered all your alternatives. Another thing, like I said, Chris Reck from Middle Pond Tarot, he'll be back on my channel on Tuesday, the 16th. I'm so excited to talk about 2026 energy with him. This 2 of Swords card is also what he likes to talk about, there being a 3rd or 4th option you haven't considered yet. And I do think that's what's going on here. It's possible that you've been so focused on one thing, or you've been so focused on many things that you've been missing an option. I actually do think that's what's going on. So I'm going to tell you to do the same thing that we talked about with the Tauruses. Grab that journal and write down your request for help. Ask your angels, ask your spiritual team to send you loud and clear signs. What are my other options? How can I move out of this energy of just having to deal with things, be in conflict, be stressed out, indecision, not knowing what to do? Loud and clear messages will come through if you ask, okay? So definitely ask for your spiritual team to send you those loud and clear messages. In my Coffee with Devon community, link below, you can get 60 days for free. We talk a lot about different ways to work with your spiritual team, to interpret signs, and you may want to go ahead and start to learn your numerology on a deeper level. I do have those extra part 2 and part 3 on my numerology series in there for you. Plus, we did the astrology for December, which might really help you understand where you're missing something. And I do feel like you've had so much going on, you're missing a third, fourth, or fifth option that could actually just make things a lot easier. And sometimes it's the fact that you're not willing to ask for help, you're not willing to ask for support and let others help you with making that decision. So whatever it is that, and I mean, you're a mutable sign, mutable signs do, you've been under a lot of pressure lately, especially when it comes to making decisions. So ask for that support. Maybe you do need to seek professional advice. Maybe you need to seek somebody who's been through what you're going through, and that's going to help you with finding an option that maybe you'd never even thought of before. You know, that's one of the things that I love to do with YouTube is when I'm really conflicted on what decision to make is I'll go try to find somebody who's already done something I'm wanting to do or learn something and see how they did it. And there's so much information out there. Of course, if it doesn't resonate, I leave it behind, but it's sometimes things that you just never would have thought of. I mean, in fact, I even did it last couple of years for my kids' Christmas shopping. You know, I'm not a big shopper, so I've gone on there and I've looked to see what are other kids wanting for the holidays, what are the popular things so that I don't have to ask them and ruin the surprise. So there's all kinds of ways that you can get more information for free or get that extra support, but just don't forget to go ahead and ask your spiritual team, your angels for that as well, because you did get that angels card. So let me know what decision you're working on making there. I love reading all your comments. Comment below what's been going on for you guys this month. I love it so much. And as always, thank you so much for liking and sharing this video. Leaving a comment really helps me. All right, Cancers, December bonus here. What we have for you is the 6 of Earth. Gifts of money, time, or effort, new career opportunities, receiving a loan, or paying off debt. This is a card of bringing in balance. Your next card is the Star card. The Star card here is beautiful. I love that. You're going to be in the spotlight here in December, Cancers. And then your dream card is Obsidian. Love that. Grounding, shielding, and void. Yes, very, very important. You are doing a lot of grounding. All signs, wherever you have Cancer in your chart, we have so much water energy going on right now. Grounding is very important. So with this 6 of Earth card here, what I really see for most Cancers is you are such givers. You are always often nurturing others and taking care of others. And a big message that's come through for you guys has been to make sure you're focusing on yourself first and then offering your energy to others. But in December, you may find that you're doing a little bit more for others than your normal energy output can really take. That's okay, because you're going to find in 2026, you're going to want to kind of pull back from that energy. So go ahead and do the things you need to do now to bring balance to those 3 areas of your life: your career and finance, legacy if you're retired, your relationships, your health and fitness. I do think with a lot of Cancers, health is a big priority, really focusing and making your health your priority. Of course, that's all 12 signs. We always want to make our health our priority. But for you guys, it may be that you're not realizing where something is a little out of balance regarding how much effort you're putting into your health because you've been doing so many things for others, and you want to address that this month, but you may be asked to just go ahead and do for others a little bit more so that then in January, February, March, you can pull back and really, really focus on you. So that's all I'm saying there is it's a little contradictory, but it's like, yes, you probably are going to be doing more for others this month, but it's going to bring in a lot of rewards. You're going to be in the spotlight. People are going to be looking to you to guide them. And so really just make sure you're grounding and shielding your energy and you'll be totally fine. That's basically what I'm getting here is, yes, you are going to be putting out more energy this month, but it's going to be worth it, and it's going to be really beneficial just to ground and shield. I always like to talk about cord cutting. I like to do this in the shower, especially with all this watery energy. Just at the end of the day, do your energetic cord cutting. Make sure you're doing some breath work, doing some grounding exercises in the morning and in the evenings. This is for all 12 signs, right? But I do feel like for Cancer, since you're going to be putting a lot more energy into others right now, go ahead and make sure that you are doing that extra grounding, that extra shielding. Your health will thank you. Your future self will thank you, right? One of the things I did is I started adding some more meditation time after my workouts. When I'm cooling off, relaxing, I'm doing my red light therapy, I will do my meditation at that time. And it's like a built-in extra time throughout my day. And so I recommend all 12 signs doing that. That grounding energy can be really, really positive. So yeah, Cancers, let me know what you're putting extra energy into. Comment below. I read every single one and I really appreciate it when you like and share and comment. It really helps my channel grow. And let's move on to the lovely Leos. All right, Leos, what do we have for your bonus messages here? We have the Four of Fire. You got to love that fire energy for the Leos. Contentment, peace, and abundance, a happy home life, the successful completion of a project. Well, at the time I'm recording these messages, you do have the sun trining you in Sagittarius, another fire sign. And then we have this Four of Swords card here. This is really interesting. Another four. This is a card about relaxing and resting and taking time to sleep on some things. I think you're going to really like that as the sun moves into Capricorn, Leos. And let's see. Oh my gosh. Of course, Leos, you get the fire card for your dream card. Transmutation, purification. Wow, this is huge. I am loving this for the Leos. All right, Leos. So with this Four of Fire card here, I do think you're wrapping up some big things in December. And you are going to be so proud of the accomplishments that you have achieved this year, but you've got to give yourself credit for it. And the things that didn't quite go the way they went, you wanted them to, there's so much gold in that. This Four of Swords card is telling you, look back on 2025. What projects did not get completed? What things did not go to the level you wanted them to? Maybe you thought, maybe you hosted an event and it wasn't quite the turnout, or it didn't go the way you expected it to. There is gold in that reflection that is going to bring so much purification and transformation. I am telling you, I am getting so excited about this for the Leos. Where do you have Leo in your chart? It doesn't have to be sun, moon, or rising. I have it in my 8th chart, my 8th house. So I would apply 8th house topics to this particular reading for Leos. That's how you would do it. So wherever you have Leo in your chart, transformation is available, but it's going to come after you take a break, relax, reflect. I always tell everybody hindsight is one of the most powerful tools for interpreting your messages from your spiritual team, your higher self, from understanding the way you use your intuitive abilities. So let's use hindsight. And this is a card of rest and reflection and sleeping on things. Dream energy is super, super powerful starting now all the way until we get to the end of Pisces. So I want you to really use some of the downtime available to you to rest and reflect and find the gold. And you know what's funny is the gold, you're going to find the gold not from digging physically, but from doing the emotional digging, doing the emotional reflection on why did things not quite turn out the way I wanted, especially if it's regarding people or relationships or projects, because we have this Four of Fire card here. I do feel like for some of you, it's just, it's not that it didn't turn out or it didn't get completed. It didn't go quite the way you wanted. And so if you spend way more time you normally would reflecting on why it didn't go that way before you get started with it again, that's where all this transformational energy is coming through. So I'm kind of harping on that a lot, but I feel like wherever somebody has Leo in their chart, whatever this resonates for you as far as something that didn't quite get going or didn't quite get completed, or you completed it, but it wasn't quite what you wanted. So now you're going to try again. Before you try again, do that extra resting and meditation on it, sleep on it, and look for those golden nuggets. And I do think a lot of you are going to be getting them through your dreams, and it's going to take a little time. So I know you're full of passion and energy to keep going with your projects, but just please, please, please use that power of hindsight wherever you have Leo in your chart in that area. use that power of hindsight to maybe adjust how you're going to go into 2026 with new projects, new endeavors, or wrapping up any other projects like that. Let me know what you're working on, Leos, or let me know, what it is specifically that you feel like you need to sleep on before taking any more action. I love reading your comments, and of course, always appreciate it when you comment. It helps my channel, and when you like and share, I love that as well. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to do your bonus messages after we get to Pisces. And don't forget to check out the Coffee with Devon community if you want that past life reading and some part 2 and part 3 on the numerology. Let's move into the Virgos here. Your December bonus messages are Knight of Fire. Look at you. You're just like your neighbor sign, fiery energy here. A sudden event that needs your attention. Think things through carefully. I feel like Virgos don't need to be told to think things through carefully. You tend to be the ones that remind us that. But let's look at your next card here. Yeah, we have this Hangman card here. Just like with the Leos, your neighbor sign. If you're tuning in late, check out Leo too, your neighbor sign, because very similar energy coming in here. And then your dream card is the blue card, communication, inner truth. This would represent your throat chakra if you focus on energy healing around your chakra or clearing that. Now, let's see here, Virgos. With this Knight of Fire card here, I do feel like you've really felt this need to get going with something in 2025. And with those eclipses that happen in your sign, with the different surprises that occurred for you guys, you've been held back from doing that. And things have come up that you have to kind of drop what you're doing and deal with it. And it's not always fun, especially with this Hangman card here. The Hangman card represents a temporary standstill, kind of flipping your world upside down, looking at things differently. And then, of course, with this throat chakra card here, this blue communication card here, you're being asked to really get honest with yourself about why these things are happening. Why have you hit this roadblock where your world has been flipped upside down, where things have come to a standstill, and you've had to really change your approach to things, especially in your daily life. I'm seeing a lot of Virgos are facing major changes in their daily routines, Virgo risings as well, but you're having to change your viewpoint on something, and you're not necessarily excited about it because it's something that's, like I said, it's flipping your perspective. It's forcing you to look at your day differently. It's forcing you to look at your goals differently and the things that you want to get done. I do see for a lot of people that they're thinking it's going to be a bigger standstill than it is. For a lot of Virgos, or wherever you have Virgo in your chart, if you do feel like things suddenly came to a halt because you had to go deal with something, or you have to deal with something currently, like maybe you're dealing with a health thing that you need to heal, or you're dealing with a work thing that needs to get dealt with, trust that this is not going to be as long as you think it is. The truth is, if you really get deep into why these things are coming up for you, they are opportunities. They're opportunities for healing. They're opportunity for growth. They're opportunity to see things from a different perspective and to really let go of those things. With those eclipses that you had, there's still some things trickling along that we could all just really be honest with ourselves we don't really want in our life anymore. And I just want that message coming through so clearly there that this is temporary. This is a temporary thing where you have put something down to go deal with something else. And now you have to be really honest with yourself. Well, what wasn't really working with that anyways? This is a chance for a fresh start. Do it differently, to not bring along a lot of that baggage or a lot of that fear or a lot of that, worry and anxiety that I had around it. It's time to really, really release that. And I do feel for so many Virgos, or whatever area of your chart you have Virgo, this fresh start is going to feel so good once you allow these things that these eclipses have changed for you to really settle, to really just be accepting of these changes. It's almost like the sooner you accept the truth and the new reality, the sooner you're going to be out of this stuck position and really begin to move forward. So let me know in the comments, Virgo, what have you had to just suddenly stop and deal with? Love reading all your comments and appreciate it when you like and share. It really helps me out. But I know that you guys have been dealing with so many things, where you've had to drop what you're doing, and just know that it's not forever. It's coming to an end here. As long as you're being really clear with yourself about what wasn't working so that we don't repeat those patterns, right? All right, Libras, what do we have for your December messages, your December bonus? 9 of water, your wishes are coming true, concerns are fading away, a love of life. I love that for the Libras. See how this mermaid is coming up for fresh air, head above water, right? And then the next card is look at this. The moon card. Interesting. The moon card. Yeah, it's interesting. At the time I'm recording this message, we do have the moon coming into Libra, your sign at the end of the week. So definitely feeling something coming in there that's going to really boost you. Let's see what your dream card is, and then we'll pull it all together. Another kind of watery card here. You have the dolphin card, cosmic consciousness, breath, and sacred geometry. Some of you, I think it's time for you to start asking yourself, where do you want to add to your esoteric knowledge? Do you want to study ancient geometry, numerology, astrology? Like I said, if you want to join my Coffee with Devon community, it's linked below. You get 60 days free, and I have my 3-part numerology series there where you can learn all about your numerology. There is ancient geometry involved with that. The book that I source from has a lot on that. It's really, really interesting. And I do feel for the Libras, this is kind of something that you're being asked to go higher with your spiritual knowledge. You're being asked to go higher with what you're willing to open up to within the spiritual realm. It's almost like there's these mysteries and there's these unseen things that are there, but you've been asking yourself, do I really want to do that? Do I really want to dive into that? Do I really want to go there with that? And you're being asked to go ahead and do it. Take the leap. I mean, this dolphin is really leaping. So I'm going to ask you right now, Libras, what is something you've always thought about studying, but you thought, I'll do it when I'm retired. I'll do it when I'm done with this project so I have more time. Have you wanted to take an astrology class, a numerology class? Have you wanted to get a reading from somebody? Learn about human design, learn about anything esoteric? Even like this is talking about breath work. Have you ever actually studied and learned the different ways that you can use breath work in your daily practice? There's something here that wants to reveal itself to you, Libras, starting now, right now, at the time you're hearing these messages, between now and the end of the year, that if you're willing to go there, if you're willing to take that leap of faith, that learning this thing is going to really take you to a higher level with your spiritual journey, then you're going to finally feel like you have so much clarity. And that's what I feel like is going on. It's like, it's just been a little tedious to do it for you guys because you've been so busy, or you've been dealing with so many things going on in your chart, or it's been just a little scary. Like it's unknown. And you're like, do I want to open that door? Because those of you who have been on this journey with me for a long time, we know once you open this door to this world, this spiritual realm where we're connecting with our angels on a daily basis, we're connecting with our passed away loved ones, our higher self, you can't ever completely close that door again, because once you've touched it, you know it's there, it's amazing, it's something that you just want to expand. But it's okay if every once in a while you get a little trepidatious and you say, I don't really know if I want to go there. Like one of my favorite examples for me is that I definitely really resisted the concept of past lives. I resisted it to the point that my spiritual team was like, you have got to stop and go take a look at this. I ended up doing all this research on hypnotherapy. I ended up getting a past life regression with a hypnotherapist, a licensed and trained one for that. I did Life Between Lives, and it just blew the lid off of where I was willing to go with my spiritual journey, with understanding of my past lives, which I did do a reading for the Coffee with Devon community about past lives last Friday. So go check that out as well. Because it just brings so much information and it reveals so much. So with that moon card you have there, Libras, wherever you have Libra in your chart, there's something waiting to be revealed to you if you're willing to go higher with that knowledge, to dive into it. Maybe for you, it is learning about a past life. So Libras, let me know in the comment, what are some things you've been thinking about studying? What are some things you've wanted to know more about? Or maybe you've already started bringing it into your path and you're going to have more time to work on it this month. I'd love to know. I read all your comments. I really appreciate it, and really appreciate you liking and sharing this video as well. Thank you so much. All right, Scorpios, for your December bonus messages, or wherever you have Scorpio in your chart, we have Queen of Air. Ooh, I'm loving this for you guys. Independent, experienced, witty, objective decision making. Yep. And then we have your next card. Ooh, look at this. King of Wands. Look at that gorgeous card for you guys, Scorpios. That is awesome. I hope you had an amazing birthday season. Now with the sun in your second house, you should be feeling ready to really create on a bigger level. And then your dream card is the Dragonfly, transformation, magic, and illusion. If you caught my video that I did, when was that? I mean, it was probably last spring. I did the video on dragonflies and their spiritual meaning. It may have even been 2024. It's been so long since I did the spirit animal series, but so much power in the magic of dragonflies. So definitely study dragonflies, Scorpios. There's something you could really learn from them here. Now let's get started here with this Queen of Air card. What I'm seeing here for you is, yes, you are having to make some objective decisions. You have kind of learned some things about yourself, realized some things about your goals. You've spent 2025 doing a lot of reflecting. You've spent 2025 doing a lot of you like mitigating circumstances is what's coming to me. You've had to be a mediator. You've had to take things down a notch for other people. Like you've had to step in and be like, all right, like, let's take a different look at this. This doesn't have to be such a big deal. Like, let's try this, let's try that. And I've been getting a lot for you guys that, it's taken a while for people to kind of get on board with the things that you're bringing to the table, the things that you're showing people. And people do see that you're coming at it from this realistic approach, but what they're wanting to really see is the magic. They're waiting for you to start really waving that magic wand that you have available, that you have within you. And so it's time to not hold back anymore, Scorpios, is what I'm getting. Between now and the end of the month, they want to see you really tapping into that inner magician energy that you have available to you. If this means getting an astrology reading, if this means studying your numerology, like I said, you can check out my 3-part series at my Coffee with Devon community. Like I said, link below, 60 days free. Learn your numerology. What are your karmic numbers? What's your destiny number? What are the numbers, your soul number, right? These are things that can bring in this transformation. It's magic. It's within you, but you need to be willing to wield that magic wand. And, you guys get kind of that stigma attached to you with your symbol being the Scorpio and having that stinger there. But that's actually like a very, very powerful tool that you have to be able to really hit the target, to really pinpoint something. And this is what you're being asked to do. Use that magic with the things you're trying to accomplish this year, especially when it comes to really owning your value and owning what you're bringing to the table. What I'm seeing with most Scorpios is that you know that you bring this value in and you're waiting for others to kind of see it and take action on it. But the waiting around is not going to benefit you. It's like you need to just go out and do, and then the people will get on board. So I'm sorry to be cliche here, but it's the old field of dreams. If you build it, they will come. Go out and create that thing, wield that magic wand, and then you're going to see the transformation happening around you. So Scorpios, let me know in the comments, what are you doing? What is the thing that you need to get out there and just really go big or go home with, and just trust that the people that you want with you will follow once they see the magic and the wand that you are wielding to help everyone around you. I'm so excited for you. I read all your comments, so definitely leave a comment below. It helps my channel out a lot. And I really am excited to see what you guys are doing. Alrighty, thank you so much for liking and sharing this video. Let's check in with the Sages for your December bonus messages and wherever you have Sag in your chart. For your first card, we have the Two of Fire card. Look, loving that fire energy there. We're still in your birthday season. Happy birthday, Sages. You've come into your own. New partnerships or contracts continue to move forward. I love that so much. Your second card here is the Fool card, 0, getting started with something brand new there. Wow, this is super exciting. I love this for you guys. And then we have the dream card is dream guide, teacher, or guardian. That is gorgeous. Well, listen, Sagittarius, people have been waiting on you to show them the way for a long time. A lot of you are finally taking action on that. You've felt a little bit held back because of circumstances, job changes, people around you having meltdowns, and you having to show up for everybody, which I know you do a lot. But just remember, you have this energy available to you to really start something new in 2026. And a lot of it is because you've been shedding. You've been doing a lot of letting go over the last couple of years, Sagittarius, and you've been realizing where you're putting a lot of energy into something that isn't quite for you, but you're good at it. People look up to you, they respect you, and so they're relying on you. And now you're realizing, I'm ready to move away from this. So I feel like with this Fool card here, a lot of you are really ready to start something new, something completely different than what you've been doing. And this can be in any area of your life, whether it's your relationships, your job, your creative projects. But there is something that you are so ready to start fresh with. And for some of you, it really is just changing your day-to-day work where things feel different and feel fresh and feel new. Now, just remember though, with this Dream Guide heart card here, people are naturally relying on you for guidance. They're naturally venting to you, asking for you to hold space for them, relying on you to do these things. And you're forgetting to go higher for yourself. Like maybe it's time to start setting some intentions before bed to get guidance from your spiritual team. Maybe it's time to start really asking yourself, why am I not using these abilities more in my day-to-day life? We all have natural born intuitive abilities. You are highly intuitive. You have these abilities, but are you actively using them, or are you so busy doing for others or trying to keep the status quo for those around you that you haven't really tapped into it? So I feel like there's something you're about to go higher with between now and the end of the month. And also just really remembering to pay attention to your dreams, because you are getting a lot of messages through your dreams. So keep that journal by your bedside, or first thing in the morning, write down your dreams. I'm telling you, my dreams have been so vivid and all over the place, but also clear and concise that it's like, how many pages is it going to take me to write this down? Well, you can always just do a summary, just, give the dream a title, but just please keep track of it, because you're getting a lot of messages about this new thing you're starting, this new lifestyle you're embarking on. And first of all, the first thing you're going to have to do is just trust that you are ready for these things. So I love this for the Sagittarius. Let me know what this new journey is that you're starting on. I know a lot of you have started new jobs in 2025, but it's also affecting other areas of your life. So comment below and let me know what that is. I love reading all your comments, and thank you for liking and sharing. I really appreciate it. Let's check in with the Capricorns for your December bonus messages. We have the Ego card. Look at that. Well, we do have Mars coming into your sign very soon here. A false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. I feel like this is a positive card here, Capricorns, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. But first, let's get your other cards pulled here. We have the Six of Swords card here. Look at that. That's what we started off with Aries having Six of Swords too, moving on to calmer shores, moving away from things that are tedious and anxious. That's why I do feel like this is a positive card. We're going to pull it all together. Your dream card is the Mugwort card, Rites of Passage. Heck yeah, Capricorns. You are definitely going through a rite of passage right now. At the time I'm recording this video, Sun is in Sagittarius, your 12th house, so you're having to work through these deep, deep things. We all are, wherever you have Capricorn in your chart and wherever you have Sagittarius in your chart. But this Ego card is a really positive card. I'm feeling a lot of good things off of this because it's a breakdown to breakthrough. There is something that you have acknowledged about yourself that you're saying, you know what? I am good at this. I am ready to share this gift with the world. I am ready to go big or go home with something. And it's going to actually bring a lot of relief. In fact, a lot of the anxiousness and restless thoughts and restless nights that you've been experiencing are because you are ready to go to the next level. It's restless because of where you are is not allowing you to really expand your energy into things that you're wanting. Now, there have been some roadblocks. There have been some things that have come up, some challenges and things that you've had to go through. And I don't need to remind you, you had Pluto in your sign for many, many years, but that was all part of this rites of passage. So anything that has majorly been transformative for you since 2009, you can trust was a rite of passage, getting you to the point where you are right now, where you can move on, right? This person has decided to evolve into a higher self connection and move to a place where anxiety and daily worries and things are things of the past, right? You're moving on to this calmer area of your life. So the things that have been really a challenge for you Capricorns, they were a rite of passage. You are going to benefit from the lessons learned there. So give yourself credit. That's the big thing that I'm seeing for this energy for Capricorns is that, like I said, why this ego card is so positive here is because you are saying, I am ready. I deserve this. I am wise enough. I am experienced enough. And I have this to offer, so let's go. I love that for the Capricorns. Let me know what you're starting this month. I feel like a lot of you are going to be having a really busy birthday season or whatever. If you're Cap rising, wherever you have Capricorn in your chart, those areas of your life are going to be busy, busy, busy. So let me know what's going on for you. I read all your comments, and I absolutely love it when you leave a comment. It really helps my channel. So thank you so much for liking and sharing, and I love hearing from all of you. All right, Aquarius, what do we have for your December bonus messages? We have the 4 of Air card here. Time to rest and take a vacation. Allow more time before making a decision, meditation, and prayer. Well, that makes perfect sense when the sun moves into Capricorn, your 12th house. Definitely a time for rest and relaxation. Let's see what your second card is here. We'll pull it all together. You have the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups card here. Yeah, I think there's some opportunities that you might be missing, and through a vacation, through some breaks, you're going to get some clarity here. Let's get your dream card and then pull it all together. Wow, Mirror. Truth revealed. Yeah. I think between now and the end of the month, actually, really, I'm feeling for you guys all the way until your birthday season starts. You do need a lot more downtime. Okay. Have you been experiencing some health issues, some extra anxiety, some stress in relationships? Taking a break is going to really help you with that. For some of you, you've had big relationship changes this year. Some of you have taken them to the next level. Maybe you got engaged, you moved in with somebody, or you got married. Some of you have realized that a current relationship is stagnant and it needs to be revitalized. It needs to change. And some of you, this is your relationship to your work, the things you're doing, where you've kind of moved into this 5 of Cups energy here, where you're wondering, why aren't things going the way I want them to go? Well, this card is reminding you that you do still have 3 cups of the 5 that did not spill. So how can you take those 3 cups and really get honest with yourself about what you're using to manifest and what needs to go? What I'm really seeing here is there's kind of still this old paradigm that you're stuck in about how people view you that's holding you back. So you're looking yourself in the mirror and maybe being way too critical or seeing yourself the way other people see you, and you're being asked, no, I want you to go deeper, and I want you to ask yourself, what does my soul see? What does my soul see? Ask your heart, ask your soul, what do I see for my future? So again, quick reminder, my free numerology series, there's 3 parts in my Coffee with Devon community, linked below, 60 days for free. You can go check it out. Learn your soul number, Aquarius. Learn your outer personality number, learn your karma number and your destiny number. Those 4 numbers will help you with this mirror card. They will help you see, oh, They see me that way. They expect that out of me, but that's not what my soul wants. That's not what my soul wants to provide. And I do think for a lot of you, it is involving one-on-one relationships, but it could be your relationship to the work you create. And it's time to break out of that old mold. So I think a lot of Aquariuses are going to realize, I'm done with this old persona. I'm done with this old way of interacting with people. And I'm going to focus on the things I have and take them to the next level. I'm going to break out of that category or that place that other people have put me. And I'm going to go for what my dream really is from my higher self and from my soul. So I just think that between now and your birthday season, if you can keep asking yourselves, what are the things I'm doing because others expect that of me versus the things I really want? If that is resonating, it may be something around, I just think about like the way when I left my small business consulting practice, I have my degree in accounting. I used to do a lot of bookkeeping and tax returns and consulting for small businesses. And people really viewed me in that very like accountant left brain personality. They didn't know all the esoteric work I did. I was in the spiritual closet. They didn't know that I talked to my angels every day, that I did all this journaling and automatic writing. And like I said, past life regressions and studying numerology and astrology. They didn't know that side of me. But when I really owned it, when I really realized, okay, I have to have my outer personality show what's on the inner in order for my soul to feel free, it shifted everything. So I think you're going to be asking yourself a lot of questions about where you're still doing things because of the way other people expect you to do them versus what your soul really wants. And that goes for everybody, all 12 signs. But if you want to hone down in it, get that numerology figured out. It's linked below. It's in my Coffee with Devon community, which is linked below, 60 days free. And go find out those numbers. And of course, you can always ask me questions in there. Add that to this inner reflection that you're doing. And wherever you have Aquarius in your chart. If it's your second house, apply second house topics in there. If you don't know what those are, check out my free tutorial below, Know Your Signs. I've got a free downloadable PDF there. And of course, let me know what you think this is for you, Aquarius. Leave a comment. It really helps my channel grow. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate you liking and sharing this video, of course. Hello, Pisces. Oh goodness, Neptune went direct in your sign this morning. I feel like I felt it almost immediately. How are you guys feeling it? I hope you are. Well, let's see what we have for your bonus messages here, Pisces, and then we are going to do an overall bonus message for everybody with actions to take. First, we have this Four of Water card, missing an opportunity, discontentment or boredom, opening your eyes to possibilities. I think this is something you're coming out of, Pisces, but let's get some clarification here. We have your Five of Wands card here. Okay, now this is really interesting coming off of the Four of Cups. This is a card of choosing your battles wisely and really getting clear on everybody's motives and around you. And then we have for your dream card, before we pull it all together, lucid dreams, awareness and opportunities. Oh my gosh, Pisces, of course, anything regarding dreams with you guys. Have you learned lucid dreaming? Have you practiced lucid dreaming? Now is the time. Get started with it now if you haven't already. If it is something you do, bring it back into your practice. I studied lucid dreaming very intensely back in, was that 2016, 2017, where I was on a daily basis all day long doing activities to improve my lucid dreaming. As with anything, life kicks in. I start focusing on other things and I kind of got out of the habit. And I realized over the last couple of months with all this water energy, I'm missing an opportunity to do more lucid dreaming. And I feel like that goes for all 12 signs, but especially you guys, Pisces, especially pulling that card. So let's pull this Four of Water card first and let's see what we're talking about here. What I'm seeing is you are kind of bored with the day-to-day. Things have gotten kind of mundane. You haven't been very excited about activities that are going on around you, but you have been having to deal with a lot of things too. Like maybe you've been dealing with family issues, taking care of people, taking care of children or parents. Maybe you've had sudden work projects come up or sudden issues with your home that you've had to deal with, sudden changes in your home, sudden things that are just like, oh, now I have to deal with this. Well, you're going to get a lot of freedom from that energy through this active dream life, but there are also opportunities to do it in the waking state as well. And that goes through actively viewing everything as a dream. Are you really awake right now as you're hearing these messages come out of my mouth? Are you really awake? Ask yourself, is this a dream? Okay. And that is one of the things I learned from one of my favorite mentors. I did his dream yoga and dream workshop that we did in Sedona in 2018. Andrew Holochek, he talks about asking yourself that on a regular basis. Is this a dream? In fact, on our very first day of the week-long workshop, he gave us all these little gifts, and he gave us all hats that said, "Is this a dream?" Love that hat. I still have it somewhere. But it's such a valid question to ask. And it's not to mention, I can hear some of you Pisces going, well, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be more grounded. Everybody's telling me I'm not grounded enough. No, it's more that I think some of your routines and habits have gotten very mundane. And there is a new approach to some of the things you're doing that could bring an awareness and an opportunity that you haven't quite seen yet. I've seen a lot of changes in relationships for Pisces in 2025, maybe with family, maybe with loved ones, maybe romance. And there is more coming in for you. But first, it's kind of being aware of the things you're bored with and being aware of the things that are taking too much of your energy and shifting that and saying, if I had my dream, if I had my wishes, what would my daily routine look like? What would my relationship look like? What would my work projects look like? So there's some opportunity here, Pisces, for December to add to things going on for you with that awareness. And so a couple tips here, asking yourself, is this a dream while you're awake? Looking at your hands and tapping them. Do you have 10 fingers or do you have more than 10 fingers when you look at them? If you have more than 10 fingers, you're probably dreaming, right? That's a little tip we get in lucid dreaming, is to learn to look at your hands throughout the day so that when you're dreaming, you'll look at your hands and you'll realize, wait, I'm dreaming because I have 15 fingers or I only have 3 fingers, right? So really fun stuff you can do there. It's a great time for all of us, all 12 signs, honestly, to practice with this Sagittarius energy. Then we'll eventually move into Capricorn at the end of the month. And, I think do it now if you can. Let's go into your bonus messages here. And just a quick reminder, I really appreciate if you'll leave a comment, like and share the video. And definitely check out my Coffee with Devon community, 60 days free, link below, where you can get, I do bonus messages. I have my 3-part numerology there. And don't forget that on December 30th, I have a new exciting free workshop coming. So stay tuned for that. Hit that subscribe button so you'll be notified. You can sign up for my free newsletter at devondoer.com to get angel messages and be notified of events. And then on Tuesday, December 16th, Chris Reck from Minnow Pond Tarot will be back. So excited to talk about 2026 messages for all of you. All right, let's go into your bonus messages here. Actions to take. We have the 10 of Air, the end of a difficult situation, recovering from an addiction. Love it. That's the present energy. Then we have the 8 of Cups energy here. We're ready to move on. We're ready to do something greater. We need to rise out of this old energy here. That's coming up very soon. And then we have the 8 of Fire card. Look at that. Another 8. Events moving at a fast pace. Delays are over. Many things happening at once. This is so true. This is the present energy, the near future, and the future, as I like to say. Talk about things moving quickly. We have Saturn and Neptune moving direct, and they will move into Aries, a fire sign, in 2026. So get ready. What you're being asked to do right now is recognize the things you are not taking with you into 2026. That's why 2025, the workshop I did on going from a 9-year to a 1-year is so important to understand. And in on my December 30th workshop, I will link below as soon as I have that ready. So come back and check, or like I said, sign up for my free newsletter at devondoer.com. You will learn things to do to move into this 1 year with the best energy possible. 8 of Cups. We're moving away from things that no longer serve us, and we're getting ready for things to really, really take off as we move into the 1 year collectively. So what are 2 actions to take here? First card is the Wheel card. Yep, just trust. This is a time of positive change. This is a card of trust and knowing that fortune is on your side. I love that. And then your second action is the 6 of Cups. There we go. We're going to be reminiscing about the things from our past that were positive, that we learned about, but we're not getting stuck in nostalgia. We're looking for the love. And there are things that we're leaving behind. They're dead, done, and over with, right? Chris Reck from Minnow Pond Tarot says this is the dead, done, and over with card. And he'll be back, like I said, next week to talk more about this energy. But I'm telling you, we need to acknowledge we are moving on this Wheel of Card from the things that have happened. We are leaving behind the things that don't excite us anymore, and we're getting ready for this new fast-paced energy. So focus on the love in your life now. Count your blessings. Trust that the things that you've gone through were for you, and that's really going to benefit you for the rest of the month. And like I said, we are going to be talking about this powerful energy in 2026 next week with Chris Reck right here on my channel. So make sure to hit the subscribe button, comment, leave a comment. I really appreciate it. And mark your calendar for December 30th for my free event. Again, if you can't attend live, there will be a replay. We got that question a lot. My numerology workshop that I did is still available for the replay, linked below. A lot of people could not join live, but don't worry, you don't have to be there live. A lot of people like to because it's on Zoom and you can ask questions and all that. So definitely check that out. Stay tuned. I'll be back next week with more amazing messages. If you do want to join me over at my Coffee with Devon community, go ahead and sign up now. 60 days for free. Go find out your past life reading that I just did on Friday. Go check out your numerology with my 3-part series. And I will be back with angel bumps for my Coffee with Devon community the next time they tap on my shoulder. Check out the December astrology. And I will see you guys all here next time. Thank you so much for being here. Remember to pursue joy daily. Bye, everybody.